It's going live now. Probably will take a bit, and I think
You
it's
are
preparing. It's preparing. It's preparing. And let's go to Facebook Live. And I think we are live in 3, 2, 1, 1.5, 0.5. Okay, and we are live. And we are live, and we are recording, and welcome to
look at the
Lugar.
cute horse behind us with the cute boy on it.
Yes.
Hello.
Hola, señor. Gracias.
Now David's in the way of the horse.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. See?
Hi, y'all.
You could be here on a horse if you were smart. Don't you wish you were here on a horse, Sylvia?
Everybody is paused, so hopefully we're still.
Yes, yes.
And then,
It's quite a magical
Good.
experience to be on a horse at a Lugar.
oh, it is an amazing experience.
It is an amazing
And we just wanted to zoom in and say hi, but also behind us, there are all kinds of wonderful things. I'm closing all your stuff that's using internet.
Oh,
you
my God.
Silly. Is this the first time you've ever streamed?
Yes.
So this, and actually behind us, which is a little tough to tell, but you can see the construction of the pool that's going on there. It's one of the few places where we had to bring in dirt from someplace else and add the, we had to add dirt there, but it's going to be an infinity pool that overlooks the lagoon there. And it's walking around here. One of the things that's very interesting is to see the like coming in here. It's like we've been coming here for years, and you know, as we've been buying this property and coming in here with the things laid out for where the different buildings are going to be, et cetera, it actually looks larger, and it actually feels like you can feel the land feeling even more alive and
Which
more
is very
contributory.
Look at how beautiful that horse is.
This is one of the beautiful horses here, one of the many. And
Adios, señor. Gracias.
and this is actually a horse that he's training right now. So he's being a little more
Gracias.
He's being a little more intense with him than normal, because he's like, listen to me, asshole. And so
And the guy was listening to us. The horse was listening to us instead.
and yes, and like a good horse, he was listening to us instead. And
Which is what a good horse should do, listen to us.
a good horse should actually listen to its rider, which our horses do, which is really wonderful. And David, you're streaming on Chrome, right?
No.
You're streaming on Chrome to Facebook. You're using Chrome to stream to Facebook, right?
No.
Okay, you're using
Safari.
I've never been able to stream on Safari, so.
Does it
for you.
stream?
No, here, I think you're on Chrome. Hold on. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
am I on Chrome? Sorry.
I'm just looking for what I can shut down so everything keeps working and moving. But it's been such an amazing gift to see. It's been such an amazing gift for the last few days to be here. It's like the level of peace on this land is just so phenomenal. And the thing that you're looking at behind us is probably the ugliest thing we have going on right now. Yeah, right now. Soon it will be beautiful.
Yes.
It will be that beautiful infinity pool there. And one of the things is when we've been building the roads.
Yeah.
And if you see, well, you can't, I wonder if I can show you. See, that's the road.
Yeah.
It's basically cleared dirt and a little bit of gravel so that it doesn't wash away. But in doing that, so those are the roads that we're going to have at El Lugar rather than concrete. So people, number one, people have to drive slowly.
Number two, people have to drive slowly.
Number three,
You have to look around them and not run into things.
Yeah, and so you'll actually have to look around and appreciate the land unless you're terrified of driving.
Yes.
But
But
also
whatever you
it's-
do, remember that even in a golf cart, Dain is a dangerous item. So when you see him coming, move out
I
of the
don't
way.
think dangerous is how I would describe it.
Dr.
Lively,
Dangerous.
spirited,
Dr. Dangerous.
Every car is a Ferrari in my point of view, golf
Yeah.
cart or otherwise. And I'm going to find a way to soup up my electric golf cart. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. I want a big battery and anyway.
On it.
So I'm just putting in my request right now. But in walking the land and seeing where the places are, like, I don't know if you can see it over here. See where there's the wood framings over there. That's where some of the casitas are going to be. And they're also going to be overlooking the lagoon here. And we're going to have our solar field over there. And all of the waste management is very interesting because we found somebody to do waste management because a lot of, in Latin America, they take the toilet paper and they have to put it in the trash can. Otherwise it clogs up their toilet. Okay. All Latin Americans know this, and nobody else that's not from Latin America knows this. And we were like, we need to be able, and
I wanna poo and wash it down, not take it away in a bag.
I don't want to. Otherwise, why don't you just cut out the middleman and poo in the bag? Anyway, you get the idea. So, so what we did is we
Poo in a bag. That's a new product
Ooh,
we can get.
there you go.
Okay, good.
And that way, that thing where you do that, you take dog poo and you put it on somebody's porch and light it on fire.
Yeah.
We could pre-make that. It could be one of our exports. Ooh, it could be special El Lugar poo in a bag
Yeah.
with the logo on
What do
it.
you guys think?
Great idea. This is a new income stream,
Thumbs up,
kids.
thumbs down. What is it?
Fund this thing quicker than ever. Paper bag, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Biodegradable, but so in researching this, we found this guy who nobody will use this technology because it's too different. But it
Well,
uses,
it's also requires somebody to watch it.
you
It
have to-
doesn't allow you to just put chemicals in it and go walk away.
and so it requires somebody to watch it, somebody to maintain it. But using everything natural, it does, what is that system? The septic system. It's a septic tank system. And using everything natural, it reduces everything into, and the water is to the point where it can just be dumped in the river.
Yeah.
And then the sludge, which is the waste that's been eaten by the bacteria and all that sort of stuff, can then be used for fertilizer.
Yeah.
And so it's like, or if you could get access and know the right person, you could fertilize somebody that desperately needs to be underground by
Help them.
by
disappear.
chaining something to their ankle. You get the idea.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how these awarenesses have presented themselves as we've said yes to moving forward. And that's one of the biggest things of, if you desire anything, but also if you desire to create a change in the world, you have to be willing to say yes when the door opens.
Yeah.
Because the door will open a crack and you have to be willing to walk through it. And on this particular adventure called El Lugar, Claudia found the property. We came and saw it and went, absolutely yes. But I didn't have all the money in the bank. So thank you. So I could not figure out how to personally fund it. And I was like, So I sort of dug my heels in. It took us 4 years.
Yeah.
And
But the guy who owned it said, if you need to sell it to somebody else. He said, this land is waiting for you.
if you didn't hear that, he said, this land is waiting for you. And I mean, for him to have an awareness of that, what a gift.
What a gift.
But that's who's been the steward of this land for the last, 40
80
years?
years.
80 years.
80 years.
And
They owned this property for 80 years and they did not do the damage to it that other places do. And it was great.
so you get the sense of why, when we got here, it was like, yes, because somebody who has that sort of awareness of the land, because let's face it, most people who own a piece of land are like, this is my land. I do whatever I want. And I never listen to it. I never receive from it. I have whatever I do.
I use it.
I use it. And so obviously with a lot of what we're talking about, we're honoring that. Not just what we're talking about, but what we're doing and being with it is actually that honoring of it. And it's an amazing thing also because we have our amazing gardener, horticulturist guy
Yes.
who just talks to plants and they talk to him. he and Monica would become really good friends.
Yeah.
Can't wait for those two to meet. And he would like Monica for more than one reason, may I say.
But
And,
you know, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, we won't say that. And it's so it's such a beautiful thing because they would do the areas for the roads and then he would go behind and plant. So everywhere where they've been doing construction, he's been adding plants in.
Yeah.
And they've been doing grass and it's like the earth does not feel raped
No,
here.
not at all.
And we're in the
It's
middle of construction.
Yeah. And it's like, and literally we are doing amazing things. One of the things that was interesting, yesterday we had this guy, Alejandro, come and talk to us, and he's doing a documentary about what we're doing because he sees that what we're doing is so different, so very, very different from what everybody else does. And he even wrote an article for the Costa Rican press about the difference in what we're doing. And he said, it's really amazing because one of the things you've done is you've hired people who are older. And it's like, well, yeah, why wouldn't you? Because they know what they're doing. You know, and we hired these people who were older. We hired a single mother who couldn't get a job because she had kids and she was a single mom. Two of them, we tried two. So it's like, that's not done here. It's not done anywhere. But it's like we have hired them and we have them here and they're great. And he was stunned at the fact that we have made this not a place where it's about destroy and then build. It's about move and change and continue to build. And it's like we have created this as a communion with earth and we are creating it as that. And we are getting accolades from others about it.
Which is really cool when people see that, because you can also feel it changing their world where they know it should be possible. And then when they see it actualizing, they're like, oh my God, it is possible. You know, because there's so many of us around the world that desire something different in how we interact with land and everything else. And it's such a different way of looking at it. You know, we do this thing in Access called benevolent capitalism, which is where it's benevolent for everyone involved. The people that work for the organization, the people that receive the product or products, but also it's about making a profit too while contributing to people and the willingness to receive that also. Because there's so many people who are like, we're a not-profit organization. We're
not for profit.
Yeah, we're nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
And it's like
all organizations should be for profit, but not paying taxes. Not for profit is about not having to pay taxes on it. We unfortunately still have to pay taxes.
Yes. And also, if you do non-profit, well, then you're not sustainable.
Yeah.
You have to have that in order to sustain the operation. And so in the interview yesterday, it was great listening to Gary talk. He's like, look, we're doing something different here. And we would like it to be a model of possibilities for people to know that it's possible to creating communion with the land, to really like get a sense of in communion with the land, where would the buildings like to be and where will they actually work?
And that's one of the greatest gifts is to watch David Caddy and David Kupas walk around trying to see if the house wants to be where it is. And and these two people will have verandas that look each other. So let's change this. And David Caddy goes, well, all we got to do is flip that house around the other direction and turn it upside down.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I love that. And it's just amazing to watch the two of them reorganizing and redoing things. And it's a gift. And it's like David and David are amazing. Claudia is amazing. It's like she is on top of it. She's ahead of the game all the time. She's always manipulating the boys to do something they don't want to do. And that's a gift, not a problem. So I am very thrilled with everything that's going on here. And Dain, why don't you tell them about what you found when you went for a ride the other day?
Oh, I so wish I didn't take my phone with me. And I just so wish there were some parts of that I could have captured, because it truly was transformative. Now, I made some videos, and I actually have more videos to upload if you haven't seen them, of the going over the bridge and going on the walk or going on the run that I did. But it truly was transformative. And at one point we rode up to the top of one of the hills here, baby mountain, hill thing, and overlooking everything with all of the energy that is being contributed by everything here. It was just so phenomenally beautiful. And and then we rode through like real jungle, and then yesterday we went through more jungle to get to the waterfall that's here. It's some of the most amazing horseback riding if you're a horseback rider, or if you want to
If you
learn
aren't,
horseback
you need
riding.
to learn.
True story. Gary said a long time ago, everything I need to learn in life, I learned from my horse. He wasn't kidding, because I found the same thing. And they always ask you to be more, invite you to be more,
Yeah.
because they're being, and so they invite you to more being. But the combination of the horse and being out there on this property was just, I can't even tell you. I came back, I was like, I'm transformed in some really wonderful way. And I really also, it was so helpful because I had a bit of low energy. I was just coming off of a cleanse and trying to figure out what to eat and blah, 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 blah. And I was kind of like, eh. And they're like, you want to go on a ride? I'm like, yes, I know I do, but I don't feel like I do. Yes, I'll go. And man, I climb on my horse Diamante that's like a rocket on four hooves. And we run up to the top of this hill. And I'm like, okay, I'm alive. And then I turn around and look at the beauty before me. And it's just, I have such trouble putting it into words, but it's just so magnificent.
You cannot put that into words. You can only experience it.
True story. So
And when
come
he
here and
came
experience
back,
it. Yeah,
I knew my friend was back and totally alive. It was great.
that was cool. Oh yeah, we have the El Lugar, the place. Gary wrote a book called The Place. And
Which is what El Lugar means.
yeah, that's how we came up with the title. Is people were going back and forth on different things, and I said, hey, why don't we call it El Lugar? And Gary's like, what does that mean? I said, the place. And he went, oh, okay, let's do that. And if you haven't read this book, in addition to, if you're watching from you're watching the Facebook Live right now on Earth Wizards, I highly recommend that book. It is one of the most phenomenal books I've ever read.
Really short.
Really short. And the way Gary melds words and energy, it's like if you've ever had a symphony session or an SOP session from somebody, or gotten your bars run, or had a walk in nature that gave you access to what you always knew should be true. That's what this book does. It's kind of like that ride yesterday. I can't put it into words, but you can experience it. It's called The Place, and you can get it on all the normal channels or at the Access Consciousness site. But the book club for that starts on December 14th. It starts in just a few days. So there are going to be several of us that are reading chapters and talking about it, and talking about our sense of what we just read and inviting people to more possibilities. And the proceeds for that go to Actions for Futures. And we have this thing called Actions for Futures that we created.
I'm going to be on there too.
Yes.
Gary's going to be on there
Oh,
too.
Jesus.
Gary's going to be on there too.
At the end.
At the end.
At
I
the
will take
end.
questions of what you want to know.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to definitely be there for that. And I see some of you talking about the audiobook, and Gary actually reads the audiobook. And oh goodness, it's a tearjerker in the best of ways. Okay, so our internet is unstable, but I'm sure that'll go away in a moment.
It just went away. Good.
So everybody
But I'm unstable.
froze. Yeah,
I don't know
that's 'cause we're
why this
unstable.
is bringing me to tears. But I look at this place and I see the beauty and the gift it is. And I sense the energy that it's trying to give us. And I think will give each person that comes here. And that to me is the gift that this place is. And it's like, and I saw it when Claudia first found it. She looked at 50 or 100 properties. I don't remember how many. But she said, okay, I think I found it. I said, okay, good. So we drove in here and went, oh my God, this is beautiful. And she said, and this is the ugly part of the property. She said, the other side.
Yeah,
and
you're
now
looking
you're
at the
looking
ugly
at the
part.
ugly part.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. And I'll post some videos and some pictures from the run yesterday. Have somebody cut them down a little bit because I was trying to convey an energy that is once again, I'm not sure how conveyable it is, but that's what this place is. You know, if you've ever gone somewhere
Yeah.
where you just went, wow. And
This place will nurture your body and nurture your soul and make you younger than you want to be.
yes,
Sorry.
And all the workers, when they come, they don't want to leave ever. They come
Yeah.
Sunday, they come like
They come.
they
They
don't
come
wanna go.
every day. They don't want to leave.
yeah. I don't know if you heard that. Claudia said all the workers, when they come, they don't want to leave. It's like they come Sunday, they come every day because
Because
it is
this
what
is
it
unique.
is.
It's unique, and they all notice it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, do we have a picture that can show the gate, the main gate?
I'll
You,
grab that and I'll share it.
thank you.
Thank you.
So
And the main gate is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen anywhere, but it is the most beautiful thing in Costa Rica as far as architecture.
it's beautiful.
God can create prettier things, but Otto has done a beautiful thing.
True story.
You know,
So, yeah.
I mean, this has been a miracle, this place and what's happened here. And it's like, and I wish all of you would be, be willing to join us. Please come. Please, if you just buy one of those stupid tickets that gives you 3 nights for the price of, or 3 nights for the price of two, or 2 nights, 3 nights for the price of two. That's what it is.
Three
Sorry.
nights for the price of two. Yes. Because we are still funding it. Gary and I have been funding it from
Yes.
our pockets,
Yes.
and which means it's a slower process than we would
Yes.
like.
And we have gotten loans from Shannon. She has given us large amounts of money to help make a Lugar happen, for which I'm incredibly grateful. And all of you who have bought bonds that will pay off in 10 years, it's like they're going to be amazing things. And it's like, what did you say? You put $1,000 in, you get how much back, David?
1,600.
You get back 1,600. So it's a bad investment unless it's not.
True story.
And we were trying to do this as an open resort. And the banks have said, no, 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 we want it to be a closed thing where it's all for access because we know you guys won't make enough money.
What? Okay.
Okay, we will do that. And we have. And it's like, so we're looking at the funding, we're looking at getting funding for all of it. And it's been interesting to watch the prices of things go down in ways they couldn't, shouldn't, or wouldn't, and they did. So this place brings
It's
out the
almost-
best in people.
Yeah. It's like magical.
Yes.
And
Like Magil, like all of you, but don't tell yourselves.
true story. And we talk about the financing, and for us, regardless of whether we get other people contributing or not, we are still going
We're
ahead.
still going ahead. We're going to make this work no matter what
Just
it takes.
And so
I just have to give up buying antiques for, the guild.
there you go.
That's all I'll give up.
Gary will be funding a Lugar on his own in the next 2 weeks. Okay, good. How does it get any better than that?
Almost, but it's like it's going to be really amazing to watch this place grow, and it's like to see where it's gotten to already in such a short period of time. Thanks to David Caddy, who's a miracle himself and doesn't know it. Thank God. Don't tell him.
True story.
Okay. And oops, he overheard me. Damn.
Right there.
Damn, he's listening. And
So-
it's an interesting thing to be involved in this and be part of it, because it's rather than something that takes something from, like for me personally, rather than being something that feels like it takes something, it's always contributing something.
It's contributing
It's-
dynamically. I can't believe it. I mean, I've been up for 4 days, almost all day long, for the first time in a year and a half.
Things are changing.
Not just sitting around.
Not just
No,
sitting
Not just
around.
sitting around,
No.
moving
I've
around.
been up, moving. I've been, going around. Haven't ridden, but it's like other than that, I've done all kinds of tactile things.
All
and
kinds
enjoyed
of
every minute.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are. Here this is. It's available. And one
Come
of the
play with us, please.
please. And one of the wonderful things you can do is just tap into El Lugar
Yeah.
and ask, hey, El Lugar, what contribution can you be to me?
And even
And
if
then-
the contribution is $10, or even if the contribution is just energy, please contribute whatever you can, because that too will contribute to making this come to fruition.
Yep.
And we'd like to see it. Doesn't
Yep.
have to be your money. Glad to have your money. Doesn't have to be your money. And we will know what the contribution you are and be grateful for it. And El Lugar will contribute to you because it gets it.
That.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, y'all. And stay tuned for more pictures.
Bye bye.
See you later. Bye bye.
You are special.